Bam!
I'm Jayson Waller, True Underdog Podcast. Apple's top 3 entrepreneur and motivational podcasts coming right at you. Hopefully everybody's ready for the holidays. We've got a ton to talk about today. Today's an Underdog Bites episode, Why Startups Fail. Think about that. Why do startups fail? Well, first, usually, in my opinion, it's because you don't have the correct why. A lot of people want to open a business just to get rich, to chase money. They're not doing it for the real reasons, maybe to change the world, which is a great why, or to have financial freedom, or to have independence of not having to work every day and time independence. Like, there's got to be a reason and a why you're doing a business, why you're becoming an entrepreneur, why you're starting a company. It can't be, I just want to be rich. A lot of times, that's why entrepreneurs get into business like, oh, I want to drive a Ferrari or I want to buy a big house. And that's a tangible item, a reward for the success. That's not something you can chase, because if you chase that, you'll fail. You'll have short-term success and then you'll fail. You won't build a foundation. You know, you have to, when you're starting a business, you have to create a market that there's a need. You know, you need to make sure that it's something that somebody would want, that they would, want to buy, or a service that they're going to want to need. You have to come up with an item or a service that can create a marketplace, right? The other reason why you usually want to open a business is lack of financial support. When you do a startup, you don't have anybody investing in you up front. You're investing in yourself. You have to take everything that you've learned and relationships that you've had and apply that to the startup. You don't have someone writing you a check usually when you start a business. That's when you go seek funding down the road. But when you're opening a business, you're going to have to live on like a shoelace budget, right? You're going to have to eat ramen noodles, SpaghettiOs, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, whatever it takes, Kool-Aid, water. I mean, you're going to have to grind. You're going to have to live within a means and a budget in order to invest in this startup, right? I think when startups, the reason they fail is because they open something that doesn't have a need, right? They open something that is out there that isn't going to be tangible, or a want out there that people are going to want. I'll use an example. My brother-in-law, Kenny, I love him. And he's helped build our company, a couple of companies with me. I'd do anything in the world for him. He's a boss. He's been on our how-to, podcast. Great dude. But he opened a business many, many years ago. Air duct cleaning. That's right, air duct cleaning. And when he told me about it, I'm like, what the hell is air duct cleaning, right? And he got this van and he marketed to do it. This is around 07, 08, or 05, 06, actually. And I remember when he did it, he got this van and he was going to do it. I'm like, I was telling my wife, like, I don't think this is going to work. I don't know anybody ever had air duct cleaning before. And so, yeah, sure. Maybe there's a somewhat of a market out there, but not enough to stay busy, because that didn't last long, right? And he came to fruition later, like, that's probably a bad business model. Like, not enough people want that. Maybe if, you're in the AC business, or you're in the fence business, or you're in the, pool cleaning business, but air duct cleaning, you have to, it has to be a brand new home for construction. It's got a lot of dust in there, or you got to redo your hardwood floors. You're minimizing your customer potential. You've shrink the pond to fish in. And when you continue to shrink that pond, you really can't get a startup, a brand new business, to grow. You have to be able to have a market out there that you can continue to fish in, a bigger pond, in a lake, a stream, a river, something huge, not some little water hole down the road, because you're limiting your customer potential to only people like this. You don't want to do that. You're capping yourself. I think that's a big reason why startups fail. It's because they pick a service or an item that there's not enough need out there, and then they're limiting their customers. They also fail because, like I mentioned, lack of financial support. You're going to have to do a shoestring budget, but sometimes these startups fail because they don't have the money to keep going. They reinvest and finally they don't hit the light soon enough. I myself in business, I've opened up a couple companies from the ground up, done very well. But each one of them, well, the first one and the third one, I was losing money. I mean, for this Power Home Solar, I didn't get paid for 2 years almost, and stuck everything back into the business and was reinvesting it. Almost quit on everything. Like, I can't do this anymore. We're losing money. I don't know what to do. I hit that point. Had I not stayed the course, I'd have walked away. It would have been a failure. It would have been a startup failure because I didn't have the financial support to get it done. I kept investing money into it. I finally broke through. But you have to be able to be prepared for it to be a tough road, for you to live off of nothing, a shoestring budget, for you to stay positive. Like, you have to be ready for that road. You can't just open a business and think, oh, it's going to be easy peasy. It's not how it works. You have to be ready. And, I don't know how to prepare anybody for it except, go in thinking positive, but understanding that it's going to take time, hard work, and you're not going to make a lot of money for a long time. And that's okay, because don't make that the reason why you did it. Another reason why people fail in startups is poor marketing. Either they don't market themselves, they don't market the product correctly. Not everyone's made to market. Some people are made to sell. Some people are made to do work. Some people are made to manage. Some people are made to market. If you're not the marketing type of person and you're open to business, you need to find somebody that can help you that is. Because marketing is key. If you don't have enough people out there, remember, your customers are the fish. You need the pond, right? If you're not marketing and expanding your net, right, to fish, you're not growing. You're not doing anything. And so you have to find a way to market, even if you're not good at marketing. I always tell people, market yourself so much that you annoy and piss off those around you. Friends, family, you want them to be like, Jayson, I'm sick of seeing your stuff. Like, it's annoying. Great. That means other people are seeing things. They're reaching out to me and I'm marketing correctly. You want to feel awkward like that. You want to make it uncomfortable, and it sucks. You're going to have to get over it. But that's the only way to market, is you have to just keep going until finally it just becomes a brand and a name, and people are like, oh, okay, that's what I want. But you have to get in front of them 8, 10, 12 times till they make a decision. In order to do that, you got to keep pushing. You can't just sprinkle a little dust here on the marketing side and think it's going to happen. You got to stay the course, right? Course, billboards, TV, social media, Google ads, vehicles, whatever, mailers, door hangers. I mean, you got to do it all in order to market correctly, to expand that potential of fish or customers in a bigger pond, right? Now, stats, facts, right? There's no need for what you're trying to produce. There won't be any support. So if there's no need, nobody will support it. I said that earlier. You can't open a business where you're not going to have customers want it or need it. There's not a compelling enough value proposition or compelling event to cause the buyer to actually commit to purchasing. Good sales reps will tell you that to get an order in today's conditions, you have to find buyers that have their hair on fire or in extreme pain. You also hear people talking about whether it's a product or a vitamin, or aspirin is a must-have, right? So a vitamin is nice to have. Aspirin is a must-have. I'm a big believer of, you need to have a customer feel like their hair's on fire or extreme pain, meaning like, pain sells, right? And also, so does emotion. And so if, I need water, so water's going to sell. I want tea, right? Tea's going to sell too, but what's needed more? And I feel like if you're starting a business, you want to find something that has more needs and less wants. It's very important for that. Misunderstanding how to market your company can also slow you down. I have these 3 rules, big time, as you're making money in business. Your first dollar, your first $1,000, your first $100,000, your first $1 million. I have basic principles of where you invest your money. First, you pay your people. And if you don't have people, then nobody gets paid. But you pay your people first. You pay your vendors second. Who's making the product? Who's doing the service? What's going on, right? That's who's paid second. Third, you reinvest into the company to build a foundation, more marketing, more growth, more scaling. People say, well, when do you get paid? You usually don't. Not till you build a big enough foundation where the company is stable, where it can have a bad day, a bad week, a bad month, and still survive. See, a lot of these startups, they get greedy. And as soon as the dollars start coming in, they suck all that money out of the business. They have one bad week, one bad month. They're out. Closing shop. Happens all the time. Why? Because they got greedy. Because they tried to take the elevator, not the stairs, because they didn't want to take their time in creating, a foundation in their business by reinvesting into their company. You have to reinvest into the business. Well, what does that mean? Well, that means remarket, re-strategize, get more employees, growth, open new markets, scale, more inventory, more production, more services. You have to reinvest. You can't be a mom's pop show forever. If you want to take it to the next day, you got to reinvest into the company. So you always pay your people first. Not you, your people. Your vendor second, reinvest is third. If after you've built a foundation and the company is booming and you've lived off the peanut butter and jellies and you didn't go buy yourself a new Lexus or a new BMW, right, or a new Mercedes, like you stayed humble, you stayed grinding, you stayed reinvesting into the business, and you're not chasing money, you're building a company for financial freedom down the road or time management, whatever it is you want to do, because you want to change the world, you want to elevate and empower people with your product, whatever it is. After you've built that foundation, I don't have a timeline on it, but after you've reinvested so much, then you take a little bit. Still don't get greedy. Still take a little bit. Take a little bit. I still, to this day, I get paid the same as I did when the company was a third the size, a fourth the size. We reinvest it into the business. You have to. That's how you build a company. You can't build a company by just paying yourself. That's just a glorified self-employment job. You're not building anything great. In order to build something great, you really got to make a difference by reinvesting into the company, reinvesting into your people, products, research, scaling, process, technology. Those are things you can reinvest your money into. Here's some actionable tips we got. Research what type of product is needed in the industry that you're looking to enter. If you have a better understanding of what's needed, you're more likely to be successful with whatever you choose rather than failing because there's no need for your product. Before you just go out there and start something, do some research. People are like, what if I don't love what I do? Well, you can learn to love what you do. Like, I didn't know I would love selling solar, but I do. I just knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I knew I was a sales guy. I knew I wanted to build something great. I knew I wanted to empower people, elevate people, be part of a movement, building a movement. I wanted to do all those things, whether it was selling water, whether it was selling solar, whatever it was. And it happened to be solar. I love solar. Changes the world, right? It's exciting. But I didn't wake up and say, I'm going to be a solar entrepreneur when I grow up. That's not what happened. You learn to love things, right? You learn to love your people, your company, your brand. I think be financially prepared. Make sure you're able to sustain your business if there's no financial support. I've put myself in a position to where I've made enough money to put on the side to live off of while I opened companies, right? Not everybody can do that. And it's hard, it's but lower your means of what's needed. Don't have such a high budget to pay yourself or to get by. If you're going to open a business, you're going to fail. You need to have a shoestring budget in life. And I would make enough money to where I put a little bit to the side, and that would be my egg, my nest egg to pull money out of to pay my bills because I wasn't getting a paycheck until I can build up the business to eventually I can get on payroll. And when I got on payroll, you don't just pay yourself a lot. You gradually grow, right? As the company grows. You have to be disciplined. That is key. You got to be disciplined, right? Also, hire skilled marketing professionals or learn how to market successfully. I can't stress this enough. Don't be egotistical and try to do everything yourself. You'll fail. Hire people smarter than you in different categories. Treat it like a puzzle. You need those other pieces to be there. Whether you offer sweat equity, gain share, opportunity, payment, whatever it is, you're going to have to bring people on that want to row the same way as you and that bring other intelligence and experience that you don't have in order for you to grow. You have to do that. It's one of the top lessons out there. People think they know it all. They have their ego in place. They have zero humility. They do whatever they want. They think they got to do everything. And you can't do everything great. It's just no such thing. You can do a couple things great, but you're going to have to find other people do other things great to make your company great. So get off your high horse and understand that you can't do it alone all the time. That you got to surround yourself with other attributes that people bring to make your business grow. Quit making excuses. Okay, quit trying to sidestep it. And quit being greedy. Pigs eat, hogs get slaughtered. You know the deal. So don't be greedy. Have some humility, right? Be humble. Ask for help. Surround yourself with people smarter than you in other categories. You need professionals, especially marketing, financials, whatever it is you can't bring to the table. As you grow, bring those people on. Reinvest in the business, which is reinvested in them. Now, I'm going to give us a little shout out for our episode being brought to you by... Today's show has been brought to you by Power Home Solar. It's time to own your power, not rent your power. Don't be left in the dark and start reducing those electricity bills. If you're looking for a career, visit powerhome.com/careers. Bam. All right. So Power Home Solar is bringing you this episode. If you're looking for a career, go to powerhome.com/careers. We're always looking to add installers, office admins, customer service agents, concierge, field energy consultants, engineers, you name it. We're always looking for people to join the team and take it to the next level. Okay. Be part of this movement with us, building a movement, one panel, one customer, one employee at a time. Definitely make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you check out the book, Own Your Power. It is now Wall Street Journal, USA Today, and Amazon top seller. So thank you for everybody that's got the book. And that's just the ebook. The hardback book and the soft book come out in January. Get yourself a copy of that now. Reserve it ASAP. Super excited about that. It's Own Your Power. No bullshit, no excuses. Your time is now. 8 principles to change your life for a no excuse life. Hopefully you check it out. Hopefully you're inspired. Make sure you subscribe to all the platforms here at True Underdog. Bam.
And that concludes another episode here on True Underdog. If you're interested in hearing more, make sure you subscribe at iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or the YouTube channel. You can always visit TrueUnderdog.com, subscribe to all of them. Make sure you check out our newest episodes coming out on Mondays and Thursdays. True Underdog, baby. Bam!